and hit that little notification bell so that, did I say bill? Bell. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I share videos about veganism and minimalism and just things that I'm passionate about. And I also started a debt payoff series where I basically cover my debt and then I go through every month and share with you how that month went, if I was able to save anything, if I was able to pay anything off, all of that good and sad stuff. So if you want to see my total debt video, I will post that below, as well as my March update. This is obviously the April update. I know I'm a couple days late. I apologize. Things have been insane here and I haven't even posted a video in a month because honestly, April was one of the worst months of my life. I was super sad and depressed pretty much the entire month and didn't want to do almost anything. So that's why I haven't made a video. And this one, I wasn't really dreading. It was just like my brain is still just not with it. And I'm just very unmotivated with things in general, which is because I've been super just sad and depressed. And I was worried that I was gonna cry during this video for reasons which you'll understand in a few minutes, but I don't even think that there's like any tears left unless like I see a picture and then I just like lose it. But I'm going to keep it together hopefully in this video and just explain how April went and why it was so bad and how my April went debt wise and things like that. So if you're interested, sorry for the long intro, but if you're interested in finding out how my April went and what happened, then stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna go and just basically run down the things, how much I made, how much I spent, things like that. Pretty much exactly how I did it in the March video, and then discuss like as it comes up what was going on and why it was such a bad month and things like that. So just to jump into everything, my income, I had a really good income month because I worked a decent amount at evenings, which helps a lot for extra money. So I made a total of, between my two paychecks, $6,770. So that is how much I brought in April. And then, like I said, I'm gonna break it up into categories. So my bills, which includes rent, internet, insurance, like all that horrible stuff, student loans, storage, phone, all that adult stuff came to $3,303. Yeah. I don't know how to cut down on my bills because, I mean, I guess I could shop around more for insurance. The last time I did, Geico was actually still the cheapest, and New Jersey insurance is like different than Pennsylvania, and my job requires like one of the highest tiers type thing that I have to get. So that's the only really thing that I can think of to kind of like reduce. So yeah, that's my bills. Subscriptions came to $83, and that is stuff like Audible, Netflix, Hulu, and this is a little bit more because it is obviously Game of Thrones time. I don't have cable, so I got HBO now, which, yeah, I probably, you know, it's whatever. It's Game of Thrones. There's only 2 episodes left at this point, so I will be canceling that immediately after that last episode. So that is my subscriptions for April. Shopping, which includes food and things that I got at Target, which is also food. I don't know really if I got like that many household items at Target this month or in April, so I think most of this I had to have. I honestly don't know. I can't even think of what I bought at Target, or this is obviously not just Target, but in general, H Mart and Shop and Stop and a couple other grocery stores. I spent $385 in between groceries and like household items. I don't know if that's high. I mean, actually, I think that's kind of low for what my history is. So I don't know if I'm gonna see how I feel in May how much I've spent and things like that to determine whether or not that's like a good ballpark range. If you have any suggestions, or if you want to let me know how much you spend a month in like groceries and household items, let me know in the comments below. That was just, yeah, for me too. And I think actually I included my dog's dog food in that as well. Next category is gas. I spent $146 on gas. It was a little bit more than I normally spend because I ended up taking a trip home to Pittsburgh, which was completely unplanned. So that is a full tank of gas there and a full tank of gas there. So I usually fill up, I think that was like 2 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I filled up 6 times. So yeah, I usually fill up once a week, so 4 times. However, that obviously added 2 tanks of gas to my spending. Work-related expenses, which includes mostly just parking and my Easy Pass, like tolls and things like that to go into New York City, and just the toll road in New Jersey was about $319. My company will pay me back in a future paycheck, but I just have to, you know, pay it and then they reimburse me. Miscellaneous stuff. This is where I guess I'll just tell you what happened. So miscellaneous expenses, which is something that I don't normally, I would never have spent this kind of money, was $1,863. Now this is not something, like, again, that was not something that I expected to have to spend in April. I think it was at the beginning of April. I had mentioned in one of my previous videos that my dog had been pretty sick and he wasn't feeling very well, and I was, you know, I think in March, yeah, I told you guys that people donated, and I was very, very thankful. And we were hoping to get whatever he had under control. I thought it was just a stomach bug. However, we put him on all kinds of medicine, and I thought he was getting better. He just still needed to be on some pain medicine because he was still kind of moaning when he was going to the bathroom. And then all of a sudden, it was the beginning of April, one of his back legs swelled up, and I was kind of like, what the hell? So I took him back to the vet, and that's when I got the news that whatever was going on in his stomach was actually lymphoma. So that's why I took the trip home to Pittsburgh. I mean, he's been in my life for 12 years, and my family, I had to take him home to say, like, for them to say goodbye. So I managed to get 2 days off of work, and I took off and went home. The vet bills between the first diagnosis, or right when he was getting diagnosed, was $794 between the blood work and like all that stuff. And then I took him home, and he was doing really well. I thought he was doing okay. I was hoping that he would be okay for like another month, but the last day that we were there, he stopped eating. I got home, and I got home on a Tuesday morning. I took him to the vet that night, and he said that he still looked okay, not enough that he was concerned that we would have to put him to sleep on Tuesday. So I said, okay. And so I took him home, and by Friday, he would not eat anything. He just stopped eating. And then I was gonna wait until Saturday to do anything, and I took him out for a walk, and he came in and he took a little bit of water, and he couldn't at that point even hold water down. And that's when I knew that it wouldn't be fair to him to keep him around just for me. So I took him to the vet that Friday, and yeah. Sorry, so I guess I do have some tears left regarding the situation. He has been in my life since he was 8 weeks old. If you want to find out how I got him and why I got him, I have a video about that in a mukbang that I can post below. But 12 years is a long time. So that vet bill, between putting him to sleep, which was the hardest thing I've ever done, and the crematory services because I wanted very own ashes, and I got a paw print in plaster or something. And I have to pay for ink, which is ridiculous for an ink paw print. But I'm gonna get his paw print and Zeus's paw print tattooed on me. I'm spending that money, I don't care. If you guys disagree, that's fine, but I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but they're my life. So between that appointment alone was $875. So I spent almost $2,000 in April on him. And then I also spent extra money to go home to Pittsburgh for him to enjoy his last couple days and for my family to be able to say their goodbyes, which I'm very happy that they did, because my grandmother, I'll insert some pictures, because my grandmother loved him, and she was very happy that she got to see him one last time, and she like fed him like crazy. He was spoiled up until his very, last couple days, and he was able to eat. So that is why my miscellaneous expenses was so high. And April blew sucked in so many ways, between finances and just emotional, because I was so sad and depressed. This is not an excuse, but I'm using this one because I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to cook, I didn't want to do much. So a lot of I did spend more than I wanted to in vending machines and eating out. There was a couple times I did go on his last day. I was really trying to get him to eat, and he was not eating anything. So I figured I'd go out and get a vegan burger, and I got one for me and I got one for him, and he didn't want it. So I went to Bear Burger for that one, which was a little bit more than, I never went to Bear Burger. That was the only time. And I wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for him, but he didn't want it. So that was the last meal I tried to get him to eat. And then I went to Starbucks twice. I had the weekend after. Yeah, I just laid in bed. I didn't want to do anything. So that's my excuse. And I don't have to explain it to anybody. And I don't want you to think that I'm explaining it to anybody, but that's how April went. I did pay off or got current on a couple of things. Apparently in February, I got a bill from Easy Pass. I must have went through one of their tools that was like pay by mail or something that I didn't realize. And it went from like $5, and they charged like an insane processing fee. So it came up to like $113. I don't know how much the original one was, but it was ridiculous. So I paid that off, obviously, because I don't want my registration to get whatever. Oh, and then also in the miscellaneous, I forgot to also mention that I finally got a New Jersey registration. So I had to pay $130 for that. And then one of the days I went to meet my friend in New York City, and I'm an idiot and didn't realize like where you park in a garage in New York City matters. And again, and I'm an idiot, and I parked in Times Square, and literally for like 3 hours. And when I came back, it was a $60 charge to park for 3 hours. Never doing that again. And I only drove down there because I was coming from work and I didn't have a choice, or else I rode the train in. And so yeah, I got current on that, and I had my hospital bill. For whatever reason, I have to figure out why they didn't take it out of my last thing. So the $218 turned into like $400 and some dollars. So that is completely caught up, that medical bill. And I paid off the Easy Pass, like I said. And then with everything, with how much I had left over from last month, which was a little bit, and how much I made, I was still able to put in my emergency fund. This is the happy news of the whole shitty month of April. I was able to put in almost $1,200 into my emergency fund. Like I told you before, I really wanted to get up to $2,000 before I go ahead and start paying off like major debt. So I am projecting by the end of May, I will have the $2,000 in my emergency fund, I'm hoping, and then I will be able to start throwing all my extra money into debt the miscellaneous stuff I won't have to worry about at this point because I don't have any animals. I did end up fostering a cat that I saw because I was considering getting another animal. I think it's just because I'm so lonely here, and I had Zeke for 12 years. I've always had somebody in my life to take care of and to, you know, they take care of me. And I was looking online and I saw this cat who was 15 who just got dumped at a shelter, and I will insert a picture. He's adorable. So a rescue stepped up and said, if you foster him, then we will pull him. So we pulled him at the end of April, I think. Yeah, at the end of April, and he is currently like in my care, but he's been in the hospital because he had some issues. I mean, he's an older cat. I don't have like insane medical bills I'm completely worried about. Really looking forward to being able to pay off things. Pay down things. And I know I got a lot of comments about, well, you don't need this and you don't need that. I understand that might be your prerogative, and I appreciate all the comments and suggestions. I really do. Keep them coming. But I'm going by what I feel like I need for, you know, my own mental health and personal experience. And I want a couch. I live in a studio with a little nook for my bed, and it's a dungeon in there. I want to be able to, I mean, I haven't shown you my apartment, but my whole wall is a window, and I get so much light out here, and I can't sit in that dungeon anymore. I think that's half the reason I was so depressed last month. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a couch hopefully next month, or this month in May, and then I will let you guys know if I do that. And yes, that is my April overview. My total expenses, not including the emergency fund that I paid out, was $6,676. So I paid a lot of money between bills, subscriptions, shopping, gas, work-related stuff, getting caught up on things, and I was still able to put stuff in my emergency fund. So even though April was terrible, at least I got something accomplished. I got some things paid off and the money in my emergency fund. So I won't completely take April as a complete loss, even though it was emotionally like the worst month ever. So thank you guys for watching. I am hoping to, I actually had videos planned. I just had no motivation, no energy to even edit them. I got some hauls that I videoed that are just sitting on my hard drive. So I will edit those, I promise. I will be doing an apartment tour hopefully by the end of May, if you are interested in seeing that. And thank you again so much for watching, especially if you made it to this point. And if you have any comments or opinions, even if they're negative, like whatever, you can put them down below. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, like it. I'm still gonna post more videos like this, especially at the end of every month, and hopefully not a week late like this one was. If you are interested in seeing more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and hit that little notification bell so that, did I say bill? Bell, so that you can get notified, obviously, when I post my next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.